Hello. I'm not backing down. Put me back in. I'm not scared of anything or anyone. I will win the Samson to Blue Baby run. This game will not get the better of me. I've been playing this game for maybe like a bit over a year. And I intend to keep it that way. Well, hold on. I intend to keep that number going up. The way in which I intend to keep it is going upwards, the number that I am talking about, referring to the amount of time that I have been playing this game for, not in one sitting, but sort of, like, generally speaking, like, the time that has elapsed between the point in time at which I started playing the game and the point of time at which is now. I hope you're all having a very good week. I am not. And hence my immediate loss of any semblance of a structured monologue here. I'm deep in it. This is Showergate. I'm unclean, and I am unhappy about it. The guy, he showed up yesterday, and he said that he was gonna fix my shower. And you know what he didn't do? He didn't fix the shower. He moved the knob, the dial, that sets the temperature from what I had set it to, which was very excruciatingly hot. Because although very painful to stand under, when used in conjunction with my little scrubby guy, it was somewhat bearable, at least more so than, you know, Sub-Zero water that, like, comes out solid because it's frozen so cold. Hold on. I'm going Chad mode on this guy. Never mind. I'll take Blood Clot. I'm a little upset that we didn't get anything else exciting, and in fact, we have a couple hearts lying around. I'm gonna go to the cast room. That's not a doorway. This is the doorway. He turned the dial so that the water was no longer excruciatingly hot, and therefore the shower was rendered unusable again. I've been toiling with the dial ever since, and I have yet to successfully get it back to a temperature that is manageable for myself. So my shower is once again totally unusable. It's not completely unusable. I could have an ice-cold shower, but it's freezing cold anyway. I don't want to have an ice-cold shower. And no, being cold out of the water doesn't make being cold in the water any better. It sucks just as much as it would anyway. So unfortunately, I am continuing to be showerless. And listen, I'm just gonna dump it all on him, man. There's no way this guy's gonna watch the damn video. I'm airing my dirty laundry here and now. I texted the guy today, and I was like, "Hey, man, any news about my MFing shower? You sicko? You like thinking about me being all dirty and greasy? Is that what you like? You sick fuck? Oh, I swore. I'm sorry. You sick guy. I'm not gonna beep that out, man." We've sworn in other videos and they've done just fine. But as a general rule, I'm trying not to so much these days. I don't think it does me any favors. You sick guy, you sick dude. You like thinking about me all greasy and nasty? Not in a cool, fun, naughty way, but in like a this is actually really disgusting kind of way? Because the only way I can get myself clean is with a pot of starchy water, like an old Russian babushka. Is that what you like? Because it's not what I like. I actually dislike it quietly. And I will be complaining about this if it continues on. Consider this your warning. You had best fix my shower. Hold on, I think we have an opportunity here. If we walk into this a few times. Thank you. Binky, I will take. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have taken Binky. Hold on. Yeah, so my shower is still very much busted. I texted the guy, And I did not say, hey, is this what you like? Do you like me being all greasy, stinky, you stinky boy, stinky? But instead, what I did say was, hey man, any news about my shower? Because it's, you know, it's been a minute. To which he replied, oh yeah, sorry, I tried to contact the letting agent that you got your apartment through and manages your apartment, and I've not heard back from them. And so they said, can you give him a call and maybe that'll help? So I gave him a call. They answered the phone instantly, like immediately, and I didn't have to ask for the right person. It wasn't like, oh hi, this is reception, who can we get you? The person I was looking for, my building manager, answered the phone, and I was like, hey, have you heard from this guy, the guy fixing my shower? And she was like, oh yeah, I spoke to him yesterday. I'm waiting for him to email me so that I can talk to the landlord. So he lied, I guess, or he completely forgot that he had a conversation with the building manager. But I texted him back. Oh my god, I almost got hit. Hey, I like this guy. Someone texted someone. I texted him again and said, hey, I spoke to the building manager. She said she's waiting for an email from you. And he just hasn't replied. Ow. I got hit by the champion too. I don't even get to keep the other half of my soul heart. So I was pretty peeved about that. Today, and this is like not very threatening, today is tomorrow is the last chance I'm gonna give this guy before I guess I reach out to the building manager again and I'm like, hey, can you get somebody else to do this because, like, I need to shower at some point. There has to come a time where I can shower again. It just needs to happen. Like, it's gotta. One of these days. I am so upset to be seeing this guy. Please don't deny me my devil deal. Yes. Okay, I thought maybe I was gonna get him close enough to the wall that I could I could get him to take damage from Lost Fly, but apparently not. I don't think he shoots sideways, apparently. Do you shoot sideways? Do you not? Okay, that was the chillest time I've had killing peep in my life. We hit the devil deal, we got growth hormones, we're gonna go downward and ignore the devil deal because we do not care for such trivial matters. We do not trifle ourselves with the work of the devil, we trifle ourselves with little more than whether or not our shower works. I'm gonna lose my damn mind. I need to shower. I am a filthy, filthy, filthy boy. I'm disgusting. I can't keep taking these little starchy pasta pot baths that I'm giving myself. It's horrendous. It's just terrible. I can't live like this. Someone fix my shower. It's upsetting that it's cartoonish in nature, but he made it worse. Like he showed up and the shower was like horrible to use, but it was usable. And now I can't even use it. Oh, hold on. I have no money with which to purchase the blue heart. It is freezing cold, and the dial on the shower does not work to make it not freezing cold. At least before it was just regular cold, you know? It was just normal cold and like unpleasant to use. But now it is just unbearably cold. Ow. Anyway, that's like literally 99% of what is going on in my life. If you're looking for any kind of semblance of a monologue or a story, it's all just about the shower. That's it. That is my life now, is this damn shower. I'm going in here. It's PhD. +1 Black Heart identifies all pills, converts all good pills into bad pills. Eating a stat down pill grants a damage up. Eating other bad pills drops a Black Heart. Uh-oh. So now all good pills are bad pills. I'm excited. Speeds Isaac up. Wait, speeds up Isaac and all enemies in the room. So I can use this and get a black heart. And then we can do... Let's do this for the moment. Perfect. And then we can buy the blue heart. And now we have a nice stable foundation to secure an angel deal. Which is fantastic. I couldn't be happier about that. I think the only thing that could possibly make me any happier is if somebody showed up right now and said, hey, I'm here to fix your shower. I'm gonna lose it, man. I'm gonna go truly and unadulteratedly sicko mode on someone. And it might be the wrong person. I don't know. I'm just trying to say stuff to be, like, dramatic now. Fine. I kind of wish that I'd gotten you before I picked up the heart that could have been another blue heart. Unfortunately, I have had no such luck. Well, it's not really luck. I made that choice. It's another blue heart here, though. And we can pick this up for sure. And then a boiled baby is what it is, you know? That is like... I think that is the first time I've ever seen a positive reward come out of one of these buttons. That's kind of bananas. Alright. I would like for these effects to stop triggering now. Thank you very much. Yeah. Like, Jesus. It's like, this is the problem I have is that I don't possess that much of a sense of entitlement. I like to think anyway. I really don't feel that entitled to much. What I feel is that, like, I told this person that my shower was broken, and he has not been very candid with me at all so far. There's been a lot of, like, it's the specific nature of the, like, you know, showing up, acting like you fixed it, and then leaving, only for me to discover that the shower was not fixed, and reaching out to you, for you to then say, oh, okay, yeah, I'll fix it on Monday, and then you show up and you don't fix it on Monday, and you go, oh, I'll fix it on Tuesday, and then I go, okay, sure, fine, and then you don't fix it on Tuesday, and you go, okay, well, I'll fix it on Wednesday for sure, and then Thursday rolls around, I gave you the benefit of the doubt, and I didn't reach out on Wednesday. So on Thursday, I finally text you, and I'm like, hey, what happened on Wednesday? And you're like, oh, yeah, sorry about that, man, I'll fix it on Friday. And I'm like, okay, well, you only replied to this on Saturday, so what happened? Do you mean the Friday just gone or the next Friday? And you're like, well, actually the Friday after that, probably, because I'm fully booked up for the next Friday. Okay, well then, you know, somewhere along the way, you should just say, hey, sorry, I'm too busy, so I can get my shower fixed. Because evidently you are not the guy for the job. You know? This has nothing to do with me thinking that I'm more important than other clients or customers or anything. It just has everything to do with you respecting my time as much as I'm respecting yours. I know that I'm not your only client. That's why I'm saying if you've got more people that are higher on your to-do list, maybe you shouldn't be putting me on your to-do list. You know? I'm trying to do you a favor as much as I'm trying to do me one. I mean, I know that's not really how this works. You're like, well, the more people I stack up, the more money I get. Fantastic. But unfortunately, I need a shower. I'm a stinky, stinky boy, and I need a shower. Holy. We're gonna use these to blow up these mushrooms and see if we can't get a fun item. Health down. Becomes a health up pill at 0 or 1 heart containers and a damage up. I do not particularly care for that. We have gotten an item room. I think we can press on here. We're not looking for anything fancy. Hold on. Evade. Get him, my little poop friends. Protect me. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'm pretty reasonable. I'm like, I've worked a number of different jobs in different fields. I've worked in hospitality. I've worked in retail. I've worked a bunch of different jobs by now. And I think that has sculpted me into a person who is extremely patient. I will put up with a lot. There is a lot that I won't speak up against. As indicated by the fact that I'm, like, well into my, like, second month without a shower. You know? Like, it would take a lot for me to complain to a staffer. Like, if I went to a restaurant, and as long as if I went to a restaurant and my food was late, so long as somebody showed up every, I want to say, like, 10 minutes minimum, you could go as high as, like, you could probably get away with, like, 20 minutes between check-ins. But as long as someone is occasionally showing up and saying, "Hi, sorry, it's taking a little longer than expected. We'll be with you before long," I will stay for, I want to say, like, an hour minimum. Like, an hour longer than I had expected to. Minimum. And only at that point will I start to get agitated. Which feels like a long time. Like, I don't mean like an hour total. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess, like, I would have to be a ways into an hour and something, because I would expect, like, like an hour and a half, I would start to get frustrated because I had expected to wait half an hour. But then you've had me wait an additional hour on top of that. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't even really be mad at you, I'd be mad at myself for waiting that long. Because I understand that, like, shit happens. But it's the communication breakdown. It's the point at which you are not just being frank with me and saying, "Hey, look, there's a problem, we probably can't serve you." That's what I need. That's really what I need, but as long as that's not coming, you're building me up to a point at which I'm gonna become one of those twisted guys that you don't want to deal with. You know? And at that stage, you can't put that on me. You can't be like, "This guy's being so unreasonable." This is a two-way street. This is a symbiotic relationship. I need one thing from you, and that's communication. That is all I need. I need you to be honest with me and upfront with me about what is happening. And if you can't do that, how are you ever going to expect this to work? How is this ever going to work out? It's not. We need to be honest with ourselves and with each other. If you don't have the resources or the time to serve me, I've got to go somewhere else for my food. Or somewhere else for my shower in some cases. Is there anything else on this floor that I care about? Honestly, I'm sick in the head. I kind of want to play the Devil Beggar, but we'll worry about that in a minute. I'm going to pump this right now because I hate this boss. And I'm just going to let the poops deal with this, I think. Yeah, you take care of that guy. I'll deal with this guy. There we go. Yeah, get him, boys. Get him, boys. Fantastic. We got a couple hearts. That's perfect. Okay, sure, more hearts. That's fine by me. And then we can probably do this guy as well. Why not? Love it when it's the blue one. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite guy. See, I don't know. It's the shower thing. It's really playing on my mind at the moment. I don't know if you can tell. I got nothing else going on. It's really driving me crazy. Devil Beggar. This is my guy right here. I don't know if just getting an item from you prevents me from getting further angel deals. Sure. And we only lost 2 hearts? That's fine by me, man. Have I got anything else going on at the moment? Not really. Like, the only other thing that's going on in my life at all is, like, Dungeons and Dragons, and even that's not because of the whole OGL situation. Any fellow WOTC haters out there tonight? I don't, like, it's very much unnecessary for me to go into a whole thing on this, but I'm going to for the sake of padding out what is so far shaping up to be a fantastic episode of The Binding of Isaac. Holy... So the for those of you who don't know, WOTC stands for Wizards of the Coast, which is the company that creates Dungeons and Dragons. For those of you that don't know, Dungeons and Dragons is a tabletop role-playing game. Some may know as a pen and paper role-playing game. Is a game in which you will hang out with your buddies and pretend that you're people that have cool lives instead of sad lives where your showers don't get fixed, and go on like epic adventures instead of being very cold and greasy in your apartment. And so it's pretty cool. It's a pretty fun hobby. I love doing it. But Wizards of the Coast, that company I mentioned a few moments ago, has recently updated what they have under their name, which is... hold on, my sentence has gone a bit weird here. They have recently updated what is known as, is what I was looking to say, the Open Gaming License, which is a piece of, like, I don't know, would you call it... it's not legislation, I don't think. But like a document that essentially says that you can, like, create supplementary content for the game and other stuff like that. And that's it. It's just like, you can do this. There's a lot of other, like, you know, legal jargon in there and stuff that, like, you know, makes it mean more than what I'm saying it means. But, at its core, it is a license that gives people permission to do all of this stuff, because that's to the benefit of the company, because then they don't have to spend all their time and money making all the content, because other people can do it for them. So that's a good thing for everybody. It means that people can, you know, they can sell content to make a living doing things they love, and it means that the company responsible for the game doesn't have to spend all their time and resources doing it. So, they recently updated this open gaming license to make it not so open. Meaning that, like, people who create content for the game basically give the rights to that content to the company Wizards of the Coast, which, maybe if you're not that involved in the space, sounds fine, because they made the game. But if you spent ages, like, writing and publishing a book full of, like, cool stories and characters and items and adventures to supplement a game that people love playing, you would want to make money from that, right? Because you wrote it. These are your original ideas. It's essentially your IP. It's just tacked onto a gaming system that other people already play, because otherwise who the hell's gonna buy it? So, essentially what this is doing is making it much more difficult for people to make money doing this thing, and therefore making it like a much less lucrative venture. There are a lot of other things involved, like you have to report all of your things that you publish and create to Wizards of the Coast, which doesn't sound too bad, but it's quite invasive, I think. I'm sure there are other problems. I didn't read the entire document word for word. I read parts of it. I skimmed it. Hold on, my nose is itchy. Okay, I think I'm okay now. I didn't pause that one. I just kind of, like, powered through it for a second. But yeah, there's other stuff, like if you earn over $750,000 selling something, then you have to pay royalties to the company, which is, that one I'm honestly fine with. Like, if you're making $750,000 in profit, then you know, like, big whoop. Like, that's fine, I think. It's hardly going after the little man, I would say. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff like that. The core idea from Wizards of the Coast standpoint, and I do understand this to a degree, is that via the open gaming license, a lot of competition was born into the scene. And obviously, as a big company, you don't want competition. However, we as the community, we as the people who play the game and consume the media, do like competition, because it first of all inspires better products. Because, you know, if only one company exists in the scene, it's far more likely that they're going to get lazy and just do what they need to do to make money and not worry too much about the quality of the product. Having competition means the product needs to be better, because otherwise you're going to lose out to the competition. Sometimes, anyway. That's the core idea of the principle. As I like to describe it in this particular instance anyway. Let's grab... We're going to the lamb. So we'll grab the negative. And in this instance... I think that maybe... Ooh... I think we can justify an Eden's Soul, perhaps? Should we do that? Yeah, let's do that. Sure, why not? And then we'll bomb these, because we have infinite bombs. And then we'll just, like, throw some bombs down in here as well. Go get them. Hold on. Hold on. This guy's not holding still long enough for me to bomb him. There we go. Perfect. Perfect score. Good job, everybody. We could go Mega Satan too if we get some gnarly items. But yeah, so essentially there are just a lot of problems with this new license that make it a lot harder for people who are in the community to do what they've been doing for the last 20 years. So it's quite disruptive. So essentially, a lot of people then unsubscribed from D&D Beyond. If you don't know what D&D Beyond is, essentially it is an online system through which to play the game Dungeons & Dragons. It just has like all of the content that you need to play the game. Hold on. I'm just gonna do this. Thank you. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this online system. I think that this is an excellent example of, well, it's a fine example. I don't know about an excellent example, but an example of the kind of thing I was talking about before, where there isn't really... I can farm these up. This is kind of amazing. That, like, there isn't really much competition out there, and so they can afford to just kind of do what they need to do, as opposed to what they could do. Maybe I'm not really being fair, though. Maybe it's actually a fine system and I'm just a crybaby. But I personally don't like it very much. But yeah, I think it also has other problems. Like, I think there are some problems with, like, the monetization system and whatnot. But let's not get into that right now. Well, let's not act like we're, you know, we're like business finance experts. We're just like a guy on YouTube playing a game about like babies and poop. We could pick up a couple of batteries here. 1, 2, cool. We're now fully charged for whatever situation we may find ourselves in. Which is great. Hopefully, the game plan with picking up Eden's Soul, as should be relatively unsurprising, is that we get to another angel deal room and get 2 angel deals. That's what we would like to have happen. How likely that is, I could not possibly say until we get into this boss room. And first of all, kill said boss. And then see what happens after that. Basically, I'm not going to know until it happens, is what I want to get around to saying. This is a nice boss to fight. I like when it's not that big baby that is up on the top wall. I kind of hate the big baby. So yeah, I don't know. I'm no expert in any of this stuff, but generally I'm not in agreement with stuff that hurts the you know, the little guy in favor of, like, the large conglomerate dominating any scene. Fantastic. That is literally, like, the best case scenario. We'll go into here. We'll take Seraphim, baby, for sure. Then we'll pop Eden's Soul. We're going to be a little disappointed about Breath of Life, but we'll take an Eternal Heart Generator for sure. I don't think this is going to do anything. I think this guy will be useless to us, question mark? But we'll try and kill him anyway in case we get something. Yeah, okay, that is useless. And then we can pop this and we can go down. And this is fantastic, actually, because Samson's passive means that the more HP we have, the more damage we do. We're not going to open you unless we get more keys. Oh wait, we're not heading to the one that opens with keys. Never mind, we're gonna open those. For sure. Oh, never mind. I'm quite glad we didn't. Now we got a golden key. In we go. Isaac's Tears Pulse is, like, fine. We did just lose a red heart. But I don't think that's a problem. I don't think we're too stressed about that. I mean, getting the golden key here was pretty tasty. Nothing game-changing, but, like, just pretty tasty when there's a few things to open. What did we just heal from? Oh, Succubus. Fantastic. I think it's enemies killed, not damage done, which is a little disappointing, but... You know, not the end of the world by any means. Still really good. So yeah, I forget why I started talking about... why I started talking about this in the first place. But, you know... I think it's fairly interesting. It's as ridiculous as it is to say. Definitely the most engrossed I've been in anything relating to Dungeons and Dragons since I got into the game. Like, I have played the game for many, many years. I have never given the rules as thorough a read-through as I have given the documentation for, as I have given the documentation for... What is going on with my tears? This actually feels terrible. I don't really understand what the pulsating tears do. If they do anything. Yeah, I've not given any piece of D&D... any piece of any D&D book or literature or rule book or anything like that as much time as I've given just reading these, like, legal documents. I did just lose the Eternal Heart that we had, but that's fine. It's hardly the end of the world at this point. We only have 2 more heart containers to get. This room is just a little bit much for me. There we go. Do we just have really terrible range? No. Our range is, like, kind of fine. I might switch to this little pin guy just because it's kind of hurting my brain to see the pulsing tears. Let's go up a little bit. We can blow this up and see what's behind it. The devil? The devil is in the details. However, the tail end of this video is approaching. And as such, I will not be using the devil, because I want to use the world to find my way through a floor quicker. You like that one? It was pretty slick, huh? No? Okay, sorry. My brain is a little preoccupied. About, like, I want to say about 60% of my mental bandwidth is being occupied by thinking about how gross my hair is at the moment. Oh, come on! Hold on, hold on, hold on. Steady, steady. I got hit. I got hit right at the end there. We are gonna go down. And we are going to probably use the world now. Oh, wait, we don't have a map? Oopsie. Alright, well, sorry about that one. That's my bad. I wasn't really paying attention. Hold on. Let's just do one of these. Yeah, I'm always quite happy to get out of Sheol. There are a lot of enemies that I feel just kind of kick my ass. I think that, like, on the whole, and this is maybe a bit psychotic, there are a lot of bosses in the game that are easier to clear than just, like, rooms of enemies. Like, I think that just happens pretty often. I'm gonna take the blue heart because it doesn't really make a lot of difference right now. Like, we're not getting any special rooms from it, so we can just take them. It's just, like, more HP. But yeah, that's kind of, I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about. The D&D stuff, like, oh, well, I guess I'm now remembering why I brought it up. Which is that I play Dungeons & Dragons with, a few, well, I play Dungeons & Dragons with a group. But that might be coming to an end, because, I mean, if you know me well, you've been watching the videos for a while, or if you heard me talking about it a few episodes ago, last Friday, then you will know that I take part in a bi-weekly Dungeons & Dragons live stream over on twitch.tv/AlexBomb. And it's a real riot. However, they are all Dungeons & Dragons creators who will, you know, potentially suffer as a result of these OGL changes that I've been talking about. And so, you know, we are not necessarily in the greatest of spirits about the whole thing. And I think it's entirely possible that we'll be taking some time out to kind of assess what we want to do. Which is fair enough, I think. So we might, I don't know, play a different game, we might not, we'll see. There are a lot of different games out there. If you're the kind of person who, you know, just about knows what D&D is, then you may not realize that there are actually a lot of other games like it. That is to say, other games where you stand around and pretend to be people that you're not. And that they're all very fun, and oftentimes about anything, you know? There are Lovecraftian horror ones, there are sci-fi ones, etc., etc. Hold on. Okay, well, they spawned right on top of it and pushed it away. It's a little upsetting. But that's fine. I'm not going to stress about it too much. I think we're doing just fine as is. We did lose our bone heart. Pop a bomb here. Sorry if I think my audio might have gone a little funny there. I was scratching my nose again. This thing is itchy as heck. Oh, I gotta stop running straight into things. Okay. And then it's Bigfoot. We can handle Bigfoot, I think. I think Bigfoot's gonna be fine. Ow, unless that happens. Ow, unless that happens. Ow. Everything's fine? Everything's fine? Don't panic? Don't panic? Okay. Whoa, that was a little spicy. Okay, we can grab you. We can pop this. And we're not going to be doing Delirium today. That is a little much for where we're at right now. However, we have 3 empty Red Heart containers to play with. Let's see here. I love Pentagram, so I'm for sure going to take Pentagram. We could take Guppy's Paw. I don't know if I love Guppy's Paw. I do quite like Little Horn. And honestly, I might just leave it at that for the moment. And then we'll dodge these guys as best we can. Ow. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Hold on. Careful. But yeah, that's like the bulk of what I've got going on, man. It's like 99% Shower, 1% Dungeons & Dragons open gaming license for me right now. So we'll see what happens. You better believe I'm going to keep you tuned in. It's a little tempting, but I'm not going to do it. It's a little tempting just for, like, meme factor, you know? Whoa. Tuned into the Shower Chronicles, as I'm gonna start calling them, I think, because it's quite funny. The idea, the hope, is that they end very soon, the Shower Chronicles. The hope is that they will be over very, very soon. Speed down, damage up is actually kind of an interesting prospect. But yeah, like, honestly, once that's taken care of, I'm gonna be a very happy guy. Other things I've got going on, still trying to figure out the furniture situation. I'm this close to just caving and buying a clothing rail to put my clothes on, because then I think that's gonna kickstart a positive movement for me. Because right now, I think I'm a little bit stun-locked by not having anywhere to put my clothes. Which might sound a little crazy, but I think it makes some amount of sense. Just that I don't have anywhere to put my clothes, which makes me, you know, less inclined to wash them. I'm still wearing fresh clothes, I just have a lot of clothes, and I'm washing them, like, when I absolutely have to. Like, when I'm out of stuff to wear, I will then do a wash. But it means that I have a lot of unwashed clothes sitting in, like, piles in the corner of my bedroom. So I need to basically put somewhere to store... I need to build a thing to store them in, so that I am more inclined to clean them, so that... Because the reason I'm not cleaning them is because I'm like, well, I'm just gonna throw them on the floor somewhere, so it's a bit ridiculous. And then once I've cleaned my clothes, I will, you know, have a tidier room, which will help in various ways. I mean, a Tech X is nothing to turn your nose up at. Especially when you're firing them in all kinds of different wacky directions. This run just went from, like, whatever to kind of fun and exciting. Just, like, in an instant. And if we can do Mega Satan as well, I think we definitely should. Wow. I mean, this is great. Hold on. This is kind of less great. Actually, we're whooping this guy's butt. Yeah, damage is fantastic now. This is what I'd like to see. Alright. After several tedious episodes of trying to get to this point, which was set out to not be a difficult point to get to, it was actually very intentionally supposed to be the easiest run we had done in a while. We're finally here, killing what I would actually say is probably one of the least difficult final bosses in the entire game. This is literally the first time we've even made it to them. Which I think, I don't know. I don't know if it says that much. I think it just speaks to how tired I've been recently and how bad the runs we've had are. And it's crazy how those have, like, coincided with each other. Like, it has been the perfect storm of me being super tired and the runs being awful. Because I definitely think that, like, looking back on, say, yesterday's run alone... No, thank you. Excellent, we can go back. Looking back on yesterday's run alone, it was bad. It was really, really terrible. Oh, hold on. I had no good reason to walk into that guy. Just kind of did it. I could just take the W here, but instead I'm going to do what I have been doing a lot lately and try and throw it into an L. Look, our damage is not terrible. It's not bad at all. I think there's something here. It is definitely potentially winnable, but I might have to play well, which is up for debate, I would say. Oh, hold on. Taking unnecessary damage real quick, and we're back on track. But yeah, I'm I don't know if we care about... Do we care about 0.6 damage? Like, not particularly? I think Guppy's paw right now is kind of good. Actually. Call me crazy, but I think there's something to it. And I'm just gonna see how it fares me. I like that they seem to be homing. Does Tech X normally, like... Oh, no, I don't think they are homing, actually. I think I'm just talking out of my beehole. Okay. It seems like I mean, weirdly, we got to the second phase the first phase really quickly. Oh, hold on, these guys are champion? Yeah, weirdly, we got to this phase really quickly, but we didn't do any damage to his hand. Oh, there we go. I think it's just the way in which we're dealing damage to him. It's less to the hands and more to the head. Maybe is what's going on. Oh yeah, I think we're absolutely tearing through this, actually. Yeah, this is going absolutely fine, actually. Okay, this is nice. It's nice to have a good run, you know, every once in a while to break up the horrific stretch of terrible runs that we've had. If we could get a few more of these, that would be fantastic. It would do a lot for channel morale, for I think both you and me. Because Lord knows we've had some absolute stinkers lately. Oh my goodness. And I'll be honest, as twisted as it is, even now, like in the midst of this very difficult boss, I am just thinking about my shower. I think one of the biggest things, the biggest like insult to injury is he put the new shower on and it's so much nicer than the old one, but it just doesn't work. You know? Like that's such like a... I don't know, it's like, I can't, oh man, I can't even think of an example, but it's just like... It's like those, the shitty superpowers, you know? In a sense, it's like... I mean, I loved these. Back in the day, I thought they were really funny. Speaking of Dungeons & Dragons, I did, for a game that I was running, come up with a bunch of such items based on, like, shitty superpowers. So things like, you know, you can move at incredibly high speeds, but only when falling. Or you can turn invisible, but only when no one's looking at you. And stuff like that. You know? You catch my drift. You know what I mean. Oh wow, I can convert empty heart containers as well, which is kind of amazing. We have a lot more health than it looks like we do as a result. He's cracked. And yeah, just stuff like that. It's a little bit like that. Like, you get a brand new shower, but it only puts out scalding hot or freezing cold water. Thank you. Thank you very much, I hate it. So I mean, it's not ideal, is the shorthand for what I'm saying here. However, what is very much ideal is the situation that we're in this run right now. Which is to say that I think we're about to win this damn thing. We could go on to Delirium? I think I might. I think I might. Holy. I mean, we are now in a situation where we kind of want to rush to Delirium, I think. Because we, thanks to Guppy's Paw and Succubus and a few other items, it seems like, we have a lot of HP. We have a lot of health, and our damage is just, it is good. Like, we absolutely tore through that fight way faster than I thought we would. I don't know if it's just Tech X being an insane item, like, way better than I give it credit for. Because I recognize that it's a good item, but I just, it's kind of absurd how much damage we do now. But, anyway. This is, I mean, we're right back where we were before, where we're setting out to do something very simple, and coming out the other side having done something very ludicrous. Ow. And in similar fashion, how long have we been here? 49 minutes? So, I mean, we're probably looking at like an hour for the run total, which is exactly what we were doing before. Like, that's a lot to do in an hour. I think, anyway. Maybe it's not, though. Maybe an hour is pretty standard for this kind of a run. Probably is. I don't know. If it's not, then it would be because we haven't unlocked very many items. We can just push on, I think. Sure. There's nothing wrong with finding other bosses. I think we are just looking to find Delirium because we're in a relatively good shape and, you know, we stand to lose HP doing other stuff, but this is not good for us. This does nothing. So never mind, that was an example of a time where it would just be bad for us. So we lost a little HP, and didn't really get much in exchange for it. The hope would be that we would either find Delirium or get items that are going to make it easier to kill Delirium. And maybe that's a little self-explanatory, but listen, the nature of the format here is that I'm trying to fill the air with my dang voice. I like the idea that, like, and this is me, you know, this is a little of my narcissism slipping out. I like the idea that people want to hear my voice, you know? That in some way it's like, it could be like, I don't know, nice or soothing or something like that. That, like, someone might incorporate hearing my voice into their routine, you know? That they're like, oh, it's so good to, like, eat dinner while watching an Isaac episode. Like, the sounds are good sounds, you know? That's a thing I've always cared quite a lot about, which is why I cultivated a vaguely American accent despite having never lived in America. Was that I thought that that was a nice sound. So I was like, I'm gonna make myself sound like this, so that I sound nicer. I'm not gonna bother with an experimental pill, I really don't need that in my life. But, I will say, like, to basically cover the same sentiment in a less narcissistic manner, like, I've seen a few comments recently, and I will say the same thing that I said recently on one of the community posts that I made, which is that, I really appreciate that, like, the numbers are still going up, despite the fact that I haven't been posting clips. And, like, the channel depended very heavily on clips last year. Like, they were the only thing keeping it going. Whereas now we're kind of sustaining ourselves on Isaac alone, at least slightly right now. I am going to get back to doing clips because I think they help a lot, but, and I think they're fun for you guys as well as myself. Health up and damage up and range up is fantastic right now. That's the kind of item that we want to be getting, for example. So take notes, class. But, no, I've been seeing that people have been watching. The numbers have been going up, which is, like, astounding to me, considering how terrible the videos have been. And then I've seen some comments on videos like, hey, love the content, keep it up. Which is very motivational stuff to receive. Like, it's a strange one, because I think that when people talk about it a lot of the time, they make it, I don't know, they make it sound like particularly, and I don't mean this to be an insult, but like particularly sappy and emotional. It's like, it's, you know, really inspiring to read those kinds of comments. I haven't gotten any comments right now that are like crazy inspiring, but, and that's not me begging, I'm not complaining, I'm just trying to be like sort of, what's the word, like candid about where my head's at. But I have received, like, comments that are, physically motivating, you know? Like, if someone says, I like this thing, it makes you feel a lot less shitty about doing it. If somebody says, like, I'm enjoying the content that you're producing, that's an indicator that you're doing a good thing. Which is, you know, at its core, all I really care about doing is doing a thing that I enjoy, that other people also enjoy. Just with my life and my time. You know? Like, if I have to do a job, I would like it to be a job that I enjoy doing, and a job that brings some kind of use or satisfaction or joy to other people. You know, in a very literal sense. Which, you know, this isn't my job by any means. This is a hobby entirely. But it, oh god, that was close. But it brings me satisfaction to do, and it brings me satisfaction to know that it brings other people satisfaction. You know? So it's as simple as that, and I appreciate it very much. I'm very happy that, if you're one such person, that you're enjoying this. And believe you me, I recognize that they've not been amazing, and that if you are somehow enjoying that, then that's crazy to me. But I also appreciate it a lot and will continue to endeavor to do better and make things that are even more enjoyable. What was that? What is going on? I went a little monotone there, I think. Like, I don't know that I did, but it felt like I did. So I apologize for that. I'm usually trying to be a little more emotive. But I get that sometimes. Some people say I am emotive, some people say I'm really not. I don't know. I do think I can be a little enigmatic at times. Hold on. Get back here. I mean, this is a fantastic run. I am a little tense right now seeing how much damage we're putting out to Delirium, but I don't think it's much to worry about. We still have quite a lot of HP. We have more HP than it looks like we do, as we've previously established. And I think right now I'm talking about it just to try and remind myself that that's the case, because I think it could be quite easy to forget. We do have a lot of bombs to play with, thinking about it. Like, I could be using those more. Oh god, speaking of... We just got absolutely nailed with a couple of troll bombs. But I also like the idea that, like for this in particular, like, you know, a certain other person who makes videos very similar to these, or made videos very similar to these, was for myself and I think many, many other people, like a kind of like content to go to sleep to. And I think the medium works for it very well. It can be a bit like, not monotonous, but something like that. A word that is similar to that but less rude. Like, it's very podcasty in nature, you know, in a good way. And I think it lends itself to that, and that's quite a nice feeling as well, that someone would, like, listen to you to go to sleep. I think that's quite a nice feeling. I don't know. Just feeling. Oh, that's what I was originally going to get at. Like, I've kind of got lost in my own monologue a bit here. But that I was going to say that it's a nice format because by the time you reach this stage, whoever's listening is not really paying attention anymore. Maybe they've fallen asleep, and so you can just kind of say whatever the hell you want. Azuba, zuba, 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 and it doesn't even matter. And look at that. That's the run we were looking for the last few episodes. Holy, Samson's post, it's nearly done. What are we missing on Isaac? Just Delirium. So Samson and Isaac's post-its are nearly done. Azazel's, sort of. Samson, we just need... I mean, we need Mother and Boss Rush, which are two different runs. So that's not ideal, but... Anyway. I think that's going to do it for this one. I hope you had a lovely time. I sure did. If you made it this far into the video, thank you very much. This isn't like an official outro, but I have noticed I say the same kinds of things. That's not planned, I just say the same things. These are the sentiments I'm looking to get across. If you've made it this far into the video, I really do appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye!